see, at least right now, Ninja, you have not been banned yet, if you're there. I actually had to, I don't know how well this will come out, put the waders on because, as you probably saw or will see, it's been raining, snowing, and sleeting. But unfortunately, I would be the happiest guy in the world if all of this water had fallen as rain. I mean, as snow. And no one in Michigan wants to hear that, but that's me. Pick my stand up. I was not expecting this. I actually came out here and not right now. In fact, feel free to do it because I can go back and check the video and the live feed. But yeah, I came out, was not expecting this. I had to go back in and put these waders on. I came out originally thinking it'd be a little bit of water. I can't even go to my spot. Ooh, that was me almost slipping. I have to actually be kind of mindful. It would be I'm gonna play the safe route and kind of avoid that water. I do not want to drop my phone in there. You make for bad lovers, liver, you tore up the covers and busted my head. You made me. Interesting. I actually kind of want to make sure I'm watching out for the beavers. I feel like this is going to sound weird. I wasn't planning on talking, but I was not planning on anyone being here. I'm going to put on my glasses because we're going in a moment. But I traditionally do not like a lot of things that everybody likes, mainly because my brother liked them. It was just a pride thing where if my brother liked something growing up, I would not like it, and I tended to like stuff he did not like. Stubbornness. But my point with that is Star Wars is something I do not like. I don't find interesting. I've watched, I think, an episode or something like that. But one thing I remember from one episode is when they fell in some tunnel and there was a bunch of garbage and there was a monster in there. And this kind of reminds me of that at this point. I remember that from Star Wars, and I remember falling asleep in the theater at one other Star Wars movie that I don't even really remember what it was. Oh, there goes homie. Saw him way up in the distance. Some doves. Man, there's a bunch of doves. It looks so different right now. I say it's amazing how different this looks from one day to the next. Like I say, hey Sarah, what's going on? Welcome. Ninja, behave. We have company. So this is where I think that new beaver dam is going to be. Ooh. Oh, I gotta pull that pallet up. That's a big score. Because when this goes away, if I can get this without falling into the water, snakes and isopods and slugs will be under that, and I'm going to kind of put it right up in here. So if it gets put, oh yeah, you guys may see some fun. In fact, speaking of the beavers, not that there is a beaver, but you can see the wood that they've been chewing on. I hope it's not the clearest through here in terms of the depth, but the freshly chewed wood you see kind of floating is what they've been snacking on. Let me go play with that pallet. At least if I fall in, my phone is here. Don't fall, branch, please. Good enough. All right. camera. Sorry about that. But I got it. I don't know what you guys saw or didn't see, or how the camera was orientated. Alright. I'm gonna cough. I apologize. In fact, I'm kind of bumming I didn't bring water, because with these waders on, it actually gets incredibly hot. But, so this is, I'm gonna cough, I'm sorry. There it is. I'm gonna actually flip it because there's more board space on this side. And yeah, I think the branch I kind of hit when I came up shook the branch. Sorry about that. You hear the blue jays up there laughing at me. I'm gonna flip it and then be on my way, but I want the more board area, surface area on the downside. You made for the bad lovers. Liver, you tore up the covers and busted my head. There we go. And hopefully, if any more water comes, it will kind of push it and get tangled up in that mess instead of going out there. Because I'm not trying, in fact, yeah, good enough. Oh, man. How are you guys doing? And Tessa, I don't recall, Sarah, I'm sorry. I'm very visually orientated with that stuff, but, and Ninja, you're in Cali. How's the weather there? Sharon, holy goodness. It's been a minute. How is everything over across the pond? As you can probably see, it's been raining a bit here. Snowing and sleeting also, so the water's up. This is where you guys kind of normally watch me just walk through. In fact, I got to be more mindful now because I can't really see what I'm going to be walking in, and I don't want to fall or drop the camera in. If I happen to drop my phone, I would appreciate it if you guys could help me get a new one. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Yeah, there's been a lot of tree action. Oh, what is that? That is a big thing. Where did you go? Was that a deer? Squirrels are going crazy too. I don't know. And I totally lost track. Oh, as the winter comes, things get colder. A lot of these start to snap. What was that? A cat? Anyway. So we have Sharon, Sarah, and Ninja. Ninja's from Cali. Sharon is from the UK, I believe. I don't know. Again, the whole UK, Britain, Isles thing kind of always confuses me, and I sometimes can say something incorrect or that may be offensive, so I'm sorry if I am doing that right now. I'm just a ignorant American anyway. What do I know? Sorry. Whoa. Oh, man. Oh, man. Let me know if you guys want to talk about anything in particular. Again, I was originally just planning on coming out here, walking and being quiet by myself. And then you guys are showing up, so I don't want to be a boring bad host. But kind of make this an AMA, and you guys can also chat amongst yourselves. I'm more, Sarah, if I call you Tass, I don't want to offend you. I'll call you Sarah most of the time. For me, it's more of when I'm responding to the screen. Here, when I'm when I'm reading your comment on the screen, I'm responding. So if someone doesn't know who Sarah is or Sharon, you know, they know who Ninja Kitty is when I say, oh, Ninja said this. But if I'm like Sarah or Sharon said this, I don't want to confuse people. That's why I tend to do that. So I do the more personal Sarah when I feel like I'm talking to you, but if I'm kind of responding to something and other people are involved, I may throw in the screen name. But I don't want to make this a vlog, and because my emotions are like a snowball rolling down a hill, and I was not planning on that. But like I said, I was coming out to kind of process a lot of that. It's really interesting. There was some water dripping down from the tree. Anyway, so let me know what you guys have on your mind. There was something else. Let me get to a place where I can kind of orientate myself. It's just so, even like I mentioned, so it's different out here, and I'm kind of paying more attention because I want to find a good spot I can sit. But if I put my phone almost anywhere, I forgot I was on. I thought I was showing you guys that. Goodness, glad I wasn't picking my nose. I want to make sure if I put my phone down somewhere, it doesn't fall in the water like it would have if I set it down like I did over back there, and then when the phone fell. All my normal spots are covered in water, so let's show you that real quick as I start to kind of walk and see if... Is that the kingfisher? My favorite bird is... I'm going to share a quick story about the kingfisher. I'm kind of a nature nerd. I've always gravitated towards just wanting to know about nature. I think a lot of it's because I was born and raised in the city and didn't have access to a lot of it directly, so it was kind of like seeing something foreign or exotic or new. But I was out here, and I had just got my daughter a book, because I think, Ninja, you probably heard this story 3 times, but if not, you don't pay attention, because I know I said it to you. No, I'm just joking. But I got them a book, Birds of Michigan, just so when we come out, we can kind of maybe, oh, let's look for this, or, oh, you see that bird, let's look for what it is. And as I was perusing through it, I saw that kingfishers were here, and I'm like, no, I've lived in Michigan all my life, and kingfishers don't live here. And then the next day, or it might have, I literally think it was that day. Like, I think I looked at the book and came outside, which was the big irony. But either way, saying that and then walking out the next day, I saw the kingfisher out there, and then for the first time, I'm like, that has to be a big blue jay. But then I saw it dive down into the water like kingfishers do to get a fish, and I'm like, okay, that's not a blue jay. And that was when I realized they have such a beautiful trill call that I used to be able to do it with my cheek, but I think ever since I can't see it here, I have a scar because in the Marines we were doing combat soccer, and I got elbowed and my tooth came through my lip here, and since then my lip has been kind of slanted. But I used to be able to do almost like a porpoise. That's the woodpecker. Man, I used to be able to do it like a dolphin sound anyway. And yeah, but I want to go, I'm kind of only half looking at comments because I want to get out of here. And see, this is one thing, oops, again, I keep thinking I'm showing you this, and other things I need to be mindful of are these will wreck my, I don't know, it's not coming focused, I'm sorry. But as you can see, they're thorns from the rose bushes here. And these will tear holes in my waders. So I want to make sure I avoid roses because I don't want to be walking in these. In fact, I'll show you guys what I'm wearing while I'm kind of squatted. It may be a little better to see. It will tear holes in these, and then I'm going to be walking in water. I don't want to do that. So let's go find I don't think I'm going to find a dry spot, but let's go see what we see. And I'm sorry I'm not being as attentive to the comments. Like I say, I've been prattling on and want to get somewhere. Born on the bayou, baby. Look at that. Gosh, I got to do another garbage day. I did get out to the reptarium to pick up garbage there, so I want to get back out there and see if I can do this same thing at the reptarium. Not just here. Or I'm sorry, at the Legacy across the street. But I also don't want to be all up in their business and feel like I'm intruding. I'm always super curious. Where are the isopods right now? The crickets, the mosquitoes. Oh, I see a little bit of snow falling. Because they are not happy. And I almost walked. Ugh. Stinking roses. All right. Have I told you guys about the time I actually got swept away in this? Not this high, but not far off. All right, I should be able to kind of find something right here. I think. Not ideal, but what about over there? If it was warmer too, this would be awesome. I'd probably see a few toads, frogs, maybe garter snakes. Man, this would be cool had the weather been warmer. Can I put you here somewhere? And of course, right by all these. Where are you? Thorns. Yeah, will you stay? Let's see. Let's roll the dice. Nope. Ooh, it's gonna be close, guys. It's gonna be close. No, it's not gonna stay on there. Apologize for that. I am not having any luck finding a perch. I guess I could just stand and hold it. It's going to be shakier and I hate that, so I think it's not ideal. How do you feel about that, Sarah? Because again, I was watching a video. I forget who I was talking to about this, and I hate that because then I feel like the old person being repetitive. And then I showed my daughters this video, and it was about 1:44, 1:30, and it was these people fishing and something very similar to right out there by the creek. And I'll, just blah, 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 fast forward, a gator just kind of swims up and has actually been there the whole time. And they just hardly realized it. And I never want to be in a place where I couldn't just walk out like I am right now and not worry about that kind of stuff. That's why I love Michigan. There's more garbage out here than things like that I need to worry about. And especially with my kids, we technically have poisonous snakes, or I should say venomous snakes in Michigan. But they're rare-nosed, the hog-nosed snakes, so they're not technically, they are, but it's more of a digestive process and thing than it is any kind of injector of venom. So I don't have to worry about coming out here and getting hit by rattlesnakes, or technically that's what even there are rattlesnakes in Michigan, but not anywhere near where I'm at. I've heard there are cottonmouths here. I hear they're not in Michigan. I hear people who say they have seen them, but no one has ever shown me a picture of a cottonmouth or a video in Michigan that they've seen. So I don't know about all that, but see, I know, like, again, this is where I get fascinated by nature, because I know isopods can deal with cold, they can deal with wet, but I don't know how they deal with when it gets cold and wet. And that's kind of where I start to get curious about if they get caught in this, do they just die, Or is it still warm enough where they can actively retreat above the water line and then go down with it when it recedes? I don't know. And I don't want to go flipping rocks right now to say, oh, there are isopods under here, and then kill it, because it's basically going to freeze right after that. But it's actually starting to snow. See if I can get some of the against my black shirt. There's another squirrel. I'm going to try to do I don't do very short videos very well. Not at all. But I just want to do another short video seeing if anybody wants to get on StreamYard and do any kind of talk, walk, anything like that. Collaborative live streams, so to speak. And I have a lot of content to catch up on with just me having the girls, and then with the whole everything going on with Brian. I've been trying to be active with that. Like anytime a YouTube video comes up that's a tribute to him or something, I try to watch it. But when I do, every video I have watched, I reposted to my Facebook page, to my MySoPods Facebook page. But it's a lot of time because I don't like to. I don't click on a video, like it, say great video, I liked it, and then watch it, or then watch 2 minutes of it and then not watch it. I will sit down and watch someone's video and then comment on it. And so it's just not in a negative way, but that obviously has been a lot of time. It takes time to watch videos and then comment on it and then repost it. Always curious. I'm going to see something coming up behind me. I still remember that one coyote was trying to blindside me in the live stream. Cheeky little jerk. I'm as likely to not get bitten by an alligator as I am to win a prize in 12 Supreme Days of Christmas after 2 years. I say I'm unlucky. It's why I've never been on I don't want to be on a motorcycle. I've actually never been on a snowmobile, a four-wheeler, a three-wheeler, an ATV, or anything like that. And it's because with my luck, again, I know lots of people can do things, but I'd roll a natural one and get hurt on something stupid like that. That's the kind of luck I tend to have. That looks actually kind of nice. I don't know how well this will show up on the live stream. I just think that looks really kind of serene, and especially that green really makes it stand out, I think. See, the leaf litter is something I'm not comfortable taking out here because I don't know what trees are what. I don't want to get something that's bad for them. It's not my property, so again, if I knew these were all oak leaves or maples, whatever, it stinks. But the bark I'll take all day. Like I have harvested. In fact, you can maybe see that piece that I have there because I'm going to come and take. Nothing like the moss that Simon always brags about over there, but nice enough. If you guys had said anything, I kind of looked up and I don't think I missed responding to anything directly, but if I did, I apologize for that. One thing I'm eager to work on this year is getting the waders on like I have now. And when the weather's warmer and the water's lower, there's actually freshwater isopods out here. And I want to collect them, but that involves me getting at least a small... Sorry, I thought I heard something behind me. A small aquarium. Sorry, I got distracted there. Thought I heard something creeping up behind me. But yeah, and just getting a... I'm very conservative and slow with things. So if I know I want to do something, I don't want to get a tank and kill it because I get the wrong filter, or kill it because the water temperature is this, or I use something, so I'm very, very, very slow. I want to make sure I can get a small, 5 or 10 gallon aquarium up and running by itself before I put anything in there. Make sure I have everything I need. I look into what the water temperatures would be and how to keep it and blah, blah, blah. And eventually, I think this next summer is when I'm going to look at taking that. So we'll see how that works out. I was talking to Ninja the other day, and I think I actually was... No. Well, technically, I guess I was talking to Ninja, but I was actually talking to Peapod, which is my buddy Toad, who I'm actually going to see this Saturday. But we were talking about how I hate being inside. I hate it. I wish I could just sleep inside and then maybe bathe and shave inside if I couldn't find a way to do it out here. And the more I'm inside, the more I hate being inside. But I get anxious, but also my back gets sore, my hips get sore, my neck gets sore. The more active I am, the less I feel that. And I just feel that constant compression when I'm inside. And then it carries over to I may come out here and shoot some awesome thing, and I can't wait to get in and edit it because I got to put this video out. And then I lose desire to because I don't want to be inside. I hate sitting on my computer. I hate that. I just... So when those geese were flying by, I was hoping... A couple times I've seen coyotes try to chase them down on there. I was hoping to see them come sauntering through, but I don't. So they may have just been flying. If you guys don't know, I'm a big fan of I am not a fan of Canadian geese. I wish they would go back to Canada and stay there and never come back. They poop all over, they tear up lawns, they're obnoxious. What I wish, I tell my daughters all the time, is that they would all of a sudden, like I heard in New York, they had something similar with rats, where they just basically wanted to hire someone whose only job it was to handle killing rats. And I would do that with geese, but I would want to do it ethically, because I would try to save the meat, eat the meat, have goose wings and goose sausage and give it to homeless people. I would love to do that. But no one's hiring, unfortunately. So if I'm racist against anyone, it's Canadian geese. You guys heard it here first. What is that? Nothing or something? Where was it? Oh. Sorry. Something was floating there. Oh, the water's confusing right now. What were you? May have literally just been a branch or garbage, but it looked like it was moving more erratically. And now that I don't see it, makes me wonder. Let's go take a look. Yeah, I don't win anything. Like, just if I could use a prime example. I don't know if you know anything about World of Warcraft and nerd stuff like that, but you will, certain ways they have it set up is, let's say there's an item that drops and we all need it. We would roll dice on it, and the highest roll would get it, obviously. Now I'm wondering, because that thing could be anywhere if it was a beaver. Excuse me. But I would go for literally the entire duration of an expansion. And Ninja, if you're replying again or here, I don't see you saying anything. I just know you were having issues with that, and you could be gone or doing whatever. You're usually not this quiet if you're here. And the only time I remember you being that quiet if you were here is when you were having your chat disabled or whatever. But I would go for entire expansions not getting any new gear, because I would literally lose. And the only way I would ever win gear is when, again, literally every other person did not need the item that I finally needed. So I'm glad I'm not the only one who does that. I actually kind of watch videos on 1.5 speed to do that. I'll talk to text, where did you go, can I get you, and then catch up. I don't know how well that woodpecker's coming up on there. It's kind of right at that cross. There he is. Oh, shy guy. Now I don't know if this is good or bad, and I don't know if it's right or wrong, but I've had 2 people send me this specific message and said, this totally reminds me of you, Steve. And it's a guy, there's Steven Crowder's like change my mind thing, but it's a guy sitting at a table with a sign, and it says, I will literally argue about anything. And I don't think I'm that bad, but no, I'm not going to talk about that right now. I'm not going to get into it. Oh no, is my wood. So again, I just laugh because when I come out here, that wood right there is stuff I have set to come and pick up one day. Let's go take a look at it, as a matter of fact. See, like, look at all this. I'm going to zoom out. I apologize. But, man, if I had my buckets and stuff. Some good wood in the garbage there. But, gosh, so much freaking garbage I got to pick up. What was that? Yeah, I don't really want to. Yeah, let's see. Let's see what's on the other side. Look at that. So I'm going to be coming and grabbing that. The other ones are similar. Oh, man. Whoa, wow. That was about... Ooh, that is freshly sheared. That was about a foot drop I almost just took. So, Sarah, one of the things you'll hear me say sometimes, commonly enough, is how if most people ask me today, do you want to go camping or something, even that, like, hey, you want to go spend the night out looking at the stars? I'm very peculiar because I love to come out and do what I'm doing now. But I deployed, and between the stuff there and the stuff I saw in Indonesia on this tsunami, I do not I have almost no desire any longer to camp and stuff like that. And the reason is, like, and this is where I just laugh at different experiences, how you're talking about how magical that experience was. When I was in Indonesia, see something moving. I don't know if it's something that I hit or something was swimming by. It's not good if it's a beaver. Please don't bite me if you're in here. I promise I'm leaving. What was I saying? So, again, I try not. Actually, again, in that video I talked about it, but I almost never. I don't know if it's because I'm talking about it that it's so relevant in my mind that I'm thinking about it, but some of the things I kind of can laugh at. But let me take a breath, take a moment, catch my breath, and talk. Focus. So when we got to that area, I don't want to go into the details, but there were no facilities set up. So at first, people were just kind of going bathroom anywhere, and the only showers we had were twofold. They had these wooden, almost like a, kind of reminds me of like what a garden would be, where you have the things hanging overhead, and then they punch the water, and you do 2 or 3 knives, and then the water would be coming out, and that's what you would have the shower thing you would have to the end of that plastic tub. And we only had like 3 each for the time we were there, so it was gross. But or I remember in Indonesia, again, I was specifically in a place called it was either, I've heard it said Banda Aceh or Bande Aceh in Indonesia. And here come the Rick rolling geese again, if you can hear them. I don't know if monsoon season is the right word, but every day at around, I don't remember anymore. I want to say it was like around 4 to 8. It would almost be like a light switch. Like they would turn on the switch and it would rain. And it would be like almost a torrential downpour. So that would be another time to bathe. You just go out there and get drenched. And again, it's quite a different experience from what it sounds like you had under the stars, like I say. So I kind of like, I hear that and I'm like, why would anybody want to do that? But then it's very, like I say, when I slow down, I'm like, I'm kind of enjoying that more or less right now. It's just, I have those, some of it's post-traumatic stress from what I saw there legitimately, but some of it's just it's changed my perspective, so to speak. And even then, like, so I say, it's not that I don't ever want to go out and do those things and enjoy them. It takes me a minute to think about like how apprehensive I am about it and why. And like I say, then I'm thinking like, yeah, it'd be awesome. In fact, one of the things I want to try to do is there's a lot of light noise where I'm at, but I want to try to find a spot to do a good nighttime moon lapse. I did it once on this channel, as a matter of fact, and I think Ninja commented on it once, but I don't get to do that very often. It's getting rainy and windy. Whew. 40 minutes. I know you're talking to someone else because I don't get called that. My talk to text is atrocious too. I think I talk very clear like I am right now, but when I use my talk to text, I have to talk like this, period, in case, period, comma, and then make sure that I do it night, just over and over like that. Ninja does not generally have he has a channel per se, but I would not say he actively does content or anything. He's like hang around, I think they used to call him in The Outsiders, like the unofficial but official part of the group. And to answer for Sarah or Sharon, yes, she does. I'm sorry. And Sarah, if a good buddy of mine, but I know he's been having other health problems. I know, like I think with his, not to get all personal, but he's had neck issues that's been stopping his content. The Mantis Garden, that's who, if you hear me talk about Simon, which again is why I kind of try to use screen names or channel names also. But Simon slash the Mantis Garden is an amazing guy. We don't get to chat enough or hang around enough. Man, it is getting chilly. There we go. So yeah, Ninja does not have a channel. Sharon does. I know you do. I'm going to wrap up. I'm going to guess here. I always say a few minutes, which 5 minutes becomes about 10, because I'm never, like I say, I'm not much in a hurry to go inside. So we'll see what's what. I'm sorry, I think it's kind of, you're probably getting more wind noise feedback right now because this is a pretty clear area. I'm trying to see if you can see the geese through there. There, you may be able to see. There they go. See all that food wasting. Go hang out in your Canadian ponds. I used to laugh during the just it was a relevant joke with the whole Donald Trump presidency. I always say Donald Trump, instead of focusing on Mexico, needs to build a wall on the Canadian border sorry about that, dumpster, but to keep all the Canadian geese out and then make Canada pay for it. That's not my footprint. I hope those beavers don't come and actually take my stuff, because they might. There's some other beaver action. There's going to be a dam here shortly. I know it. I can feel it. Man, it is getting cold. I thought it'd be getting a little bit warmer. Some more stuff waiting for me. I just gotta come grab it. If I can get in here, I may be able to. Yeah, here we go. And I'm sorry it's windy. I'm going to wrap up in a moment, but this is a not atrocious spot to set this up. Hopefully it doesn't fall and prove me wrong. Good enough, right? Now I can warm up my hands a bit. So I have two videos to make soon that I can think of. So what have you guys got in the works for 2024? Anything cool? Anything exciting? Just trying to keep things going as is? Riding the 2023? I hope I'm not the weirdo in this, but it seems to be. But 2023 was not bad. Like, I mean, I could have painted better pictures of what I wish 2024 would have looked like, but I'm sorry, 2023. But I don't know. Tarantulas are not my thing, but then again, snakes were not my thing, skinks were not my thing. So, you know, only time will tell with that. What all do you have right now, Sharon, if you don't mind sharing? Get it? Ah! Oh man, I crack myself up sometimes. That's why I'm out here in the woods by myself, everyone, because of jokes like that. Oh man. I don't know if you got, again, you guys can hear? Yeah, you can probably get a little bit of that wind. That's a big gust. I thought the phone was going to kind of go. Oh man, I'll be here all day. No, not really. I'll be here for about 2 or 3 more minutes. And it's kind of funny. Again, I say I'm in terms of the chat because it's up and down so fast. I actually for a moment was confused because there's so few people in my chat normally that I just associate pink with lately Sarah, because you haven't been here, Sharon. But again, so when you guys were kind of both chatting, I was like, wait, I forget there's 2 different people in pink, and I actually have to discern between who's what and what's what. I should have put on one more layer, but these suspenders are actually incredibly warm. Just, you know, on my lower half. That upper half is chilly, but that wind is very cutting. That's what it is. When that wind picks up, I can feel it like blasting my neck. Yeah, I was hoping to kind of get my kids a snow date yesterday or today. Still hope for it, but I don't know. I like to spend... I enjoy when they're at school, they're learning, they're being with their friends and learning the socializing aspect and all that, but hey, I don't mind hanging out with my kiddos also. There's going to be more school days. I was talking to the ladies at the grocery store this morning. They just, when I walked up, they happened to be talking about, one lady was just, oh, so you're crazy. And I was like, okay, let's hear about what this conversation's about. What, you know, so I said to her, I was like, oh, hey, crazy, how are you doing? And she was like, oh, you know, I'm going crazy. I was like, what are you guys talking about? Dreams, and we're talking about that. And, you know, I don't know if it's true, but I believe it's at least true to some degree. But they say, like, dreams are like your conscious mind while you're asleep trying to navigate things that you didn't complete, or address anxieties or complete thoughts or something you didn't do, or, you know, basically kind of trying to be active while you're asleep. And I laugh because I was like, all my dreams are like coming outside and walking, you know, a forest I've never been in, flipping in isopods and collecting moss. Like, that's the dream I have. Like, I had a dream the other day about finding a bunch of isopods and like, oh, I got to bring these home and find room for them. And, you know, I'm like, if that's all the anxiety I have, maybe I'm doing something right. I hope. But that's, I know it's not, but hey, maybe I'm using my conscious time, my waking hours well. So I'm gonna say another about 5 minutes here and then go head in. I don't remember what time it is offhand. Let me see. There's a little bit of a disconnect between us and Sharon and them in that they're on the UK, so that like their 12, how we were kind of in the 12 Supreme Days of Christmas here, they have their own thing going on over there, and it's just with being detached in that it's hard. I can't just go to the UK and see Simon and them, and it's a little bit more difficult and pricier to ship and all that. So I'm hoping we get back connected. I'm gonna sneeze. Sorry. Beat my nose up a little. Or even like, I'm assuming, take care, Sarah, with the Brian Barczyk thing that, they're not super connected to that, even though I'm sure they're abreast of it to some degree. It's just kind of, like I say, a couple degrees of separation. But take it easy, Sarah. I'm not going to be out here too much longer myself, so I hope if you're still here and you haven't left it, that you have a great one and stay warm and safe. So I will see you, next time I see you. Sorry, I thought I heard something behind me again. I'm very peculiar about making sure there's nothing behind me. Yeah, so maybe 2-3 more minutes we'll wrap this up. I'm going to try and give you guys a better view than my ugly mug. At least fully anyway. There we go. Figure out what I'm going to eat when I go in. Maybe do some laundry. Hopefully not blow my back out doing that. And see what the day brings us. Sorry about that. I'm kind of watching the area where the beavers are going to be doing their dam. And it's just fascinating the way they engineer it. You can see the different heights and speeds of the running water. And again, not that I'm a beaverologist, but from what I've studied of them just out of my curiosity, they engineer separate chambers in there. Like some are for just sleeping, some are for eating, the waste. They build ones that are different temperatures. I read some beavers have some chambers that will actually like cultivate or because again in the winter it's warm enough in there, it will allow plants to grow so they can snack on those occasionally. And it's just interesting, and the fact that there's an intelligence to it always fascinates me. Not, they're not just out building a thing and it randomly works out that way. There's the thought that goes into it. Woodpecker pipping up above me. I hope he's not warning me of a predator. Speaking of being warned about a predator, it's about that time, about a little after 55 minutes for the stream. If you're still here, thank you for hanging out. I hope everything is going well with you and that you're taking care of yourselves and the ones that you love. I hope you're having a great day, and if not, I hope you get there sooner than later. If you're not, let me know in the comment section of the actual stream, and maybe I can help make your day better. But go easy, take care of yourselves, and take care of the ones that you love. Happy Wednesday. If it's Wednesday, I don't even know anymore.